Feels so strange hearing that music and seeing that intro after
It's a
4
nice
weeks
piece.
of 4 weeks of Andor.
Welcome back to
Hardcore
Andor Part
Andor.
5.
And the hype train for Andor showing no signs of slowing down.
Oh, Easter eggs and behind the scenes stuff just coming out
All
left and
yeah,
right.
all kinds of stuff, and some great memes.
I have friends everywhere.
Or the one today with the medal ceremony, and then like
Oh, yeah.
pointing at random people in the crowd. What
There's
is all this
Mel.
fucking bullshit?
There's Wilmon.
Oh, sorry. We're more than 15 seconds in, right?
Yeah,
Did I
we're
say
I hope
that?
so.
I am so sorry for
We're
that.
good.
Sorry. Please don't shut me down, YouTube.
You know what's cool?
It
You know
was
what
that.
today is?
No, what?
You know
What?
today is? It's May 25th. Does that mean anything to you guys?
25th of May. Star Wars, 1977.
1977. 48 years ago
1977.
today.
Wow, we are live streaming on the anniversary of the wars.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's like
Oh,
And we hit May the 4th. This is like
Exactly.
it's a twofer.
Yeah.
oh my
All in the
god.
same
I feel
month.
like we better not mess that up.
Plus, we did
Dogs and
Revenge of the
cats living
Sixth.
together, mass hysteria.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
We did a random on Revenge of the Sixth.
No, that we did do. Tonight we are back. We've come back to Back in Black series, looking at some Star Wars action figures once again. I should start with I had a loot day today. I think this was exciting.
Loot.
Loot day. We won't get to these for some time. Revenge of the Sith. It's the anniversary for Revenge of the Sith this year.
Mhm.
And on that note, just like they did with the Phantom Menace, did they do it for Attack of the Clones?
You know, I don't
they
think
did.
they did.
I don't think so.
They've commemorated.
They've been kind of hit and miss.
That's true. Hasbro's commemorated the anniversary of Revenge of the Sith with a subline of Black Series 6-inch figures in Revenge of the Sith packaging, of which there was only one that I wanted. And there he is. The new Cody with removable helmet and the little baby Sheev Palpatine there.
The Holocron.
The hollow Palpatine. I'm very excited for this one because
It's got
this
hologram Leia vibes.
pretty sure this one's on the new body, which means he should have evenly lengthed legs.
That'd be nice.
But that's not all.
There's more.
That's not all. This one's on the shelves presently if you are in a figure rich environment. Of course, it's the season season 3 Gideon with his Mando armor,
Dark Trooper armor,
which the helmet's going on because this has given me Sabine vibes. I don't think that it's a good portrait. There's nothing wrong with it.
We could swap it for Gustavo Fring.
But when you look at it beside Gideon's first release, I kind of like that one better.
Fair enough.
And then
there was more.
Well, I mean, I don't think I'm the only one that's disappointed when I say I don't know why this was a deluxe release, but I'm happy to have him nonetheless. And it's Savage Opress.
Yeah, I've been seeing him a bit. I saw him and I didn't.
It's a tough one with that price point. And I don't know, let me look at this a little bit closer.
What is he, 46?
Yeah, he's at the higher price point. This one was purchased at Toys R Us, which means it was extra high.
I'm just going to look at the Knight Brother Warrior and blur my eyes.
One of the issues with this figure is that the shoulders have been, some of them have been coming with same sides on both. So like two rights or two lefts.
And you're okay there?
I believe we're okay on this one. This one looks to be okay. I won't know 100% until I get it out of the package, but it looks pretty good.
So I got a couple too, since we're back in toys.
What?
You guys have seen them. They're about a week old now, but if you want to.
I do. I want to see. Wait.
You get him out of the box yet?
I see you, Shizor, and I raise you a Shizor.
Nicely done, sir.
It's so good.
It's a very nice figure.
There we go.
And Andor season 2 figure.
You did okay. So
I got him.
Tell me about the boots.
Oh, so yeah,
he's got new boots.
New boots. They're a new sculpt as far as I can tell.
That's good.
I got to get them out of there. But they appear to be sort of. They're still square. Can you see the toe?
Oh, I do see this. That does that jive with what we saw?
Well, they're a tamed down version
of the armored boot.
The other ones, but you remember the big magnetic clunky ones?
These ones.
They could just be spats too. It's hard to see in the box like
No,
that.
this is definitely a
But
mechanical.
he's weathered really nice.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
just looking
unless
at that, it looks different in
it
Hank's
almost
box.
looked like, now that I'm looking at it, it does. It looks like a mechanical, like the soldier would step into this and then they would lock onto the standard
Yeah,
boot.
I always thought they were akin to, like, since they were mag boots, they were
Yeah,
like ski boots.
Yeah,
that makes sense
that
to
would
me.
magnetically lock to whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just take a couple seconds here.
Oh,
You got more you want to show off, Hank?
No, that was the
No?
two.
Oh, cool.
got some comments to catch
I
up.
want to say hello, first of all, our good friend Zazel over at the clubhouse at the airport leaving for Japan. Safe travels, my friend. Looking forward to seeing you all at RonCon.
Konnichiwa.
RonCon is just around the corner. Next weekend, of course, Niagara Falls Comic Con in Niagara Falls, Canada. I'll be there for the weekend, which means there will not be. Well, there could be. I mean, you could run another Back in Black series without me if you wanted to.
Yeah, where's the fun in that?
And then, of course, the weekend after that. No, sorry, 2 weeks after that, because we're what, June? Help me out here. 15th,
I think so.
16th, and 17th for RonCon, which I am very much looking forward to. Still looking for I need those t-shirt logos. Get me the logos. I need the channel logos so I can make the shirts. Let's also check in with Sean, who's coming in tonight on YouTube. Hello, Sean. Good to see you again. And wait, that's the wrong.
Sean saw Star Wars in the theater when it came out.
What?
He's dating himself there, but
Oh
that's a
my
good date
God.
to have.
I
was not that lucky.
No, neither was I.
Alive.
I'm old too.
Hank, you saw them in the theater.
I did, yes, sir.
I only saw Return of the Jedi in its original theatrical run, and I saw it at a drive-in movie theater.
Ooh,
but I loved it.
I also saw Star Wars, the initial, at a drive-in.
The Left-Handed Jedi is here tonight on YouTube. Good afternoon, fellas. Looking forward to seeing this. Thank you very much. This has proven to be quite a fun little show, as frustrating as I have been finding it. And not because I don't like talking about toys. I do. I absolutely love talking about them. I'm just not a fan of the rollout. And maybe I'm not aware of it, or I wasn't aware of it as much as I was buying them as I am now looking at them, trying to like get the chronology in order.
Who came when?
Because that has proven to be challenging, even with all the resources out there, which we use. And I mean like Galactic figures and Mefitsu and some of the other sources that are out there, which are excellent sources of knowledge, by the way. It becomes frustrating trying to present this stuff in any sort of like digestible fashion, because it's like, well, originally we wanted to do it by the wave.
Well, then they started breaking waves up and putting one guy over here and another guy here.
That proves not to be
linear. Is almost not a thing. I mean, we're doing our best attempt at linear, but it's almost not a thing. And I mean, I don't know how much reading ahead you've done. Well, it gets worse.
It does. It does. And in fact, as I was prepping, so I'm back up again. I have tonight's prepared. I had it done midweek, and I went right into the following week. And I'm like, in order to make this work so that we're not bouncing too much back and forth, which I feel like a broken record because I keep promising not to do that. But the rollout, it's like every time I put one of these together, it's like, oh, look, there's a third version of a figure that we've already covered, but there's enough difference that it warrants at least a cursory, here it is.
Yeah.
And so I've had to put them in future episodes, right?
I mean, that stuff, when we encounter it, I don't consider it our fault necessarily. We're doing due diligence.
Good.
Well, I know. I mean, that's kind of the way we encountered the figures on the shelves, or like ordering them online.
Like in tonight's example, we're looking at some convention exclusives, right? And so some of those things just weren't accessible to us.
No.
And so like some of the stuff I'm just finding out about now. But a lot of them,
there's one on the list tonight I didn't know about.
Oh, you'll have to let me know when we get there.
Yeah, I will.
That being said, pardon my language, but the fuckery continues. But it's the funnest effery that I've ever had. So Want to get on with it?
The referee for the effery.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have been waiting and waiting for some of these, particularly the first item on the list tonight.
Oh, Zazel was first exposed to the special editions.
Oh, no way. Let me just put that up there. Oh, I was born in 1980. I missed it in theaters, but I did see the special editions. They get a bad rap now, but that was a huge event at the time.
Oh my God.
I gotta tell you, Hank, were you not with me for A New Hope?
I might have been, yes.
We saw it at the old movie theater in Lansdowne Place.
Oh, there you go.
And the theater was so packed when we got there that the only thing left was front row, far right. So I literally watched the movie like this.
Having seen it before, it was okay.
But I have to agree with Zazel. As a Star Wars kid, not the Star Wars kid, but as a Star Wars kid, the special edition re-releases were a huge event for me, and I was there for opening night for every one of them because I had missed out on that as a kid. I felt it was super important to do that.
And then there was all the like you got the silver box edition, the gold box edition.
Oh yeah, so I remember that. The silver and the gold, they were the same films. One was pan and scan, one was widescreen.
Yep.
And then I remember we went to your sister's house, Hank.
Yes.
For a weekend because there was Space or Sci-Fi in the States was showing all 3 movies in widescreen.
Nice.
It's like we're gonna watch them all.
We have to figure this out.
It was a long time. Yeah, it was back on Antiquary. Yeah. It was a big deal, and I agree. So
yes.
Yeah. What else? Oh, lefty. Yes, I am, sir. I am a lefty.
I think he's waving to the left-handed Jedi, though.
Oh,
Well, good to know.
I'm sorry. I just sucked that comment up like it was about me. I'm so sorry. That's horrible. I'm so sorry. Got a good deal for Savage off a marketplace. Retail was too much. And up here in Canada, making it even worse.
Yep.
Shizor is an awesome figure. I agree as well. And last one from Zazel. Got to respect a character with an X in the name. We don't call him Xavier, though.
No.
Exizor?
I was thinking Professor X. We don't call him Xavier.
Yeah, but he's Xavier.
Oh, that's true. He could be Xavier as he shaves his head.
Could be.
Javier.
Javier. Tonight, let's take a look at the list. We are going to, this is going to be, this image is not 100% accurate because it's missing. I expanded this when we get to, I'm jumping ahead. When we get to Pilot Luke, I've also included the archive version and Orange Wave #1, just so we can get all 3 of them in one place. So that's kind of the philosophy here, is to like group things together and hit them all at once, so we're not having to repeat them 17 times.
Well, I do believe this next comment is directed to you.
Ah, nice. A fellow lefty. Perfect. So tonight we're going to take a look at the land speeder, both the convention exclusive and the retail version. We're going to look at Rey's junk speeder, Kylo Ren, the Walmart exclusive, the throne room one, plus the regular retail release. We're going to look at Clone Captain Rex, both versions of him, as well as Rey Jedi Training ×2, Grand Admiral Thrawn ×2, and Luke Skywalker ×3. All right, the one that I have been, I've mentioned this before.
It's a love-hate thing.
Andy, I think you and I sort of figured this out
we
last
kind
week.
Of molded over.
Of course, I'm talking about the X-34 land speeder, Luke's land speeder.
They're re-releasing it again, yeah?
Are they?
I believe it. Yeah,
I think the new one that's coming
might be a vintage collection.
Vintage collection one, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they can make that one big enough then.
The Black Series one, I wish I had a photo. I should have kept that photo. There are some promo shots out here of the land speeder, the Black Series land speeder, where whoever has made the photo has tried to recreate that sequence from A New Hope. So Luke is in the driver's seat, Ben is in the passenger seat, 3PO is sitting on the back deck with his legs tucked in behind the seat, and R2 is laying down on the back deck. that is impossible to do. And we were talking about this, what was it, Tuesday night or something?
I believe so, yeah.
And I
Because you do have yours
I do.
displayed
I do, and
with a Luke and Obi.
I have Ben and Luke in the seats. And like I said before, you can't get Obi-Wan into the seat without you have to cut off his rubber, the plastic underrobes just to get his legs to go under the dash. There's no
That's,
other way to do it.
that's dedicated for a single scene.
I
I
did it.
gotta say, that's
I
like De
did it.
Niro putting on 50 pounds for Raging Bull.
Yeah. But there is no way that they got 3PO's legs bent and feet tucked in behind the seats. It is physically impossible. The seats are back too far. So one, the way that they took the picture, either 3PO has no legs below the knee, or the land speeder is like 25% bigger to accommodate the figures. And I'm inclined to think that it's a bigger pre-production
Could be
model that was used for the photography.
Mm.
But here they are, in both convention exclusive packaging and the retail version. Interesting choice to go with just the large art piece for the retail box.
I definitely like the convention packaging better.
You get sort of a more looky at everything that's in there. Both versions they're not exactly the same.
No,
they're close. They're close. Certainly not in price.
No.
And that, I think, is it might sort of occupy some of the most discussion about this, because by the time we get to what are the differences, is it worth $30 more?
$30, yeah.
That's another figure right there.
In 2017, that's
that's
almost two figures.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get to the differences here. This is kind of funny.
Can you spot the difference?
Well, here it is, right? So there's more simplistic paint applications on the retail version, and it doesn't really show very well in this image. Certainly some of the paint is lighter, but then again, like when it comes to like weathering on Black Series,
well, you definitely see
like it's never the same.
No, but on the Comic-Con version, like you definitely see the weathering streaks going up the hood.
It's much, yeah, exactly. So that's sort of the biggest tell, and you can see it better sort of on the overhead. The other big difference is that there's a moving part in the convention exclusive with a button to make it spin. That's been deleted. The piece is still in there. It's just glued in place, and there's no button.
No action feature.
No button.
Darker seats on the retail.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that matter though? Like, is that a thing that would that bother you?
I'd have to go and like, if I was really getting into it, and then look at the Canon seats and go, which one is more close. But I could tell that both of those versions, I would be weathering them myself. Because they look like factory weathered pieces.
I thought about doing that, and then when I got the thing out of the box, I thought, for the type of collector I am, it's pretty good. And I questioned whether or not would I be making it worse if I took
there is always that.
Yeah. The funny thing about weathering is like there is too much. The
less is more for sure.
When do you?
Where do you stop?
Where do you stop? And at what point do you go, yeah, that's okay.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Both of them, I don't know if you can see the paneling on the back, the two flat panels, those both open, and there's little storage compartments in there.
On both?
On both sides, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So, like, for example, I didn't want Luke wearing the poncho, so I rolled the poncho up, and I stuffed it in one of the holders.
In the glove
the other thing, I don't know if you can see
your spare Rex faces in there.
I'm gonna go back. You can't. Oh yeah, you can. They both have a little clip on the hood to clip the Tusken cycler rifle to the hood.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of a nice little detail. And of course, it does come with a Luke Skywalker action figure. This one, it's the Farm Boy Luke figure that we just reviewed, but not. And I say but not because he's got a few different things going on here. Namely, it comes with the poncho that we see in the movie, but also, and I feel like this is actually one of the nicest additions, the bucket hat, because
the bucket hat is sweet.
The bucket hat is a deleted scene material. It's not in the finished
Mhm.
movie. Also comes with the same macro binoculars and lightsaber that we got before, and like I said, we get the cycler rifle.
Now, is this a thin saber still, or have they moved on to the thicker one?
To be honest, I don't remember, and I didn't look at mine close enough to know.
Fair enough.
I feel like we've moved into the thicker saber at this point.
Hmm.
But there's more. There's a little bit more going
But
on
wait.
here. Yeah. Let's talk about the Luke itself. Big difference here between the retail version and the SDCC version is they used a different fabric
Hmm.
on Luke's jacket.
Yeah, the Comic-Con one looks like it came from the loom in Wanted,
Yeah.
whereas the retail looks more like a bounty towel.
One
Now you have me wondering if that's the same across the carded release and the boxed release, of which I have this figure in both, and have not opened either one because,
you're just not sure.
well, I hate it. I want the new sculpt. Like I was just putting it off
Yeah.
because lazy and recovering inbox collector, but then the new sculpt dropped, and I was like, oh, that's an easy decision. I'll just get that.
Sure. And you don't have to worry about soft goods.
But if one of them has a better quality soft goods, that
To be
actually
honest,
that might make
I
things
can't
different for
tell
me.
you. Now I have the retail version, and I just swapped out the boxed Luke
Yes,
for the new one, and I want to say that the retail version and the single carded release use the same fabric.
probably.
This other one, the convention exclusive one, it looks almost like a thinner, almost like a kind of like a cheesecloth material.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hey man, Josh is here. What's
What's
going on,
up,
Josh?
buddy?
Nice to see you.
Sean's got a point there too.
Sean says, I like the Hot Wheels version they did.
It
Sean,
is a nice one.
when you say Hot Wheels, you mean 64 scale Hot
Yeah.
Wheels?
Yep, they did a
'Cause
land speeder in that.
We've got I don't have them up there anymore.
Did
We
you-
have gotten bigger die-cast ones over the years.
Mhm. Yeah, no, this was in the Hot Wheels main line, I think, a couple years back.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
Yep.
Certainly, we got one in the micro. I don't even know what they call it. It used to be the micro collection, but the vehicles weren't branded micro collection.
No.
But there was a diecast one, and then of course the Disney store did a run of diecast as well. You were out with your son fishing.
Nice.
I hope you catch something.
Mhm.
I hope you both catch something. Yes, the small Hot Wheels. Okay, thank you. Okay, and so this wouldn't be complete without taking a closer look at the portraits. And in saying that, I did go ahead and put all three of them up together, and you can
Oh
see
my
what I mean
goodness.
about how the fabrics kind of look the same.
Mhm.
I have to say, either one, the retail or the SDCC Landspeeder Luke, I do feel look a little bit nicer than the original Luke.
Mhm.
Wow, that SDC looks like a dog chewed on it, though.
Well, I mean, he's kind of got the eye
His
thing
eye-
going.
and he's got like
Mm.
jowls. He looks like Kurt Cobain as he's about to shoot himself. Wow, those are some derpy looking eyes. At least he's in the
They
middle.
are.
He's looking wistfully off, away to the future.
But I mean,
Towards the twin sons.
that's
There's
sort
something
of
to be
the
said about
chance,
the
right?
like looking like an action figure, though, and I kind of miss that a little bit. I miss it.
They all look okay. Well, that being said, just for giggles, you can't not look at the new portrait. And like I've said this before, there are more Luke Skywalker action figures than any other character in Star Wars action
Fully.
figures, and yet even though I love the new one, there's still something off about the portrait. Like,
I don't
what is
think
it
I
with
like
Mark
that hair.
Hamill's face?
I don't. Yeah,
Well, it's not like they had face print technology back then, so they would be.
it's because they killed him
know.
after A New Hope and replaced the actor with a clone double.
Just do a face scan of Sebastian.
Everybody knows that.
The funny thing with Black Series figures is that sculpt wise, it's more or less always been there, because we've seen some like fan repaints that are just like, particularly with the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan. That original Obi-Wan had like a very awful portrait, but some fan repaints like, just really proved how solid that sculpt was. And I feel that's sort of the same thing going on here. It just suffers from paint
They've
and,
never
yeah.
like, I mean, brown and black hair are easy to do, but I've never seen. I shouldn't say never, but I couldn't think of one to tell you. I know I've seen one, but I couldn't tell you what it is. But Star Wars or otherwise, but blonde characters never look right ever,
Mm.
like ever. And so to go, oh, Luke has brown hair now is kind of crazy. Like that. That to me is like we're gonna mess with it as bad as we did in '77. We're just gonna have a whole bunch of different hues of yellow and brown, and we're
This
just
is
gonna dunk the heads in them, and
Luke
you get what you
Skywalker.
get.
Luke Skywalker special edition.
Now, I wonder what would happen if you swapped in like a Bucky Barnes head,
Oh, that's not a bad
like from one of
idea.
the more recent ones, right?
Like an MCU one.
Yeah, like an
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
MCU Sebastian Stan.
All the
Have that
MCU Bucky Barnes,
long
though, do they
marble.
not have the long hair? Oh,
It'd be like the Marvel comic hair, though.
the Falcon and the Winter Soldier
Yeah,
TV show has a short
yeah,
haircut.
yeah. Because I think the previous ones he's got all
I
like the gear on his face, or blacked out eyes for Winter
Yeah,
Soldier
yeah,
Stan.
and, like, the shaggy length of
Yeah,
yeah,
And he's got like a 3 o'clock shadow too, I think.
but that's probably all painted on.
mind you,
I've
Sebastian
got
Stan
my
has now got the nod from Luke himself. Mark Hamill
Oh,
has.
but Marcus said
He's
he's
on
pretty
board
much
with
done.
that.
Yeah, he's done with the character. Um, yeah, so, uh Luke with Landspeeder, San Diego 2017, or the retail version, because that's all sort of the total package that we're looking at. What do you guys think
Oh man.
of the Land Speeder?
What are you doing scale wise this week?
Oh my gosh. Let's go.
Imperial spot
I
checks,
well, the Land Speeder is the thing that we started with, and
Yeah.
do you know how they did that in the film?
wheels and
Vaseline.
A mirror,
mucking it up.
a mirror hanging below the Land Speeder, and Vaseline on the
Yeah.
lens of the camera.
Hmm.
So let's
3 out
use
of 5 Vaseline
Vaseline
mirrors.
mirrors.
Wow.
Because you can
Wow.
fudge a lot with
It just
Vaseline, right?
sounds really nice to say. I think the vehicle gets 3 out of 5 with that Luke, man.
Yeah, I mean, and I
That
don't
you know what
think
that does is it pulls it down to a 2.5 for the total package to me. It's a 50%. Like it barely graduates this.
I think the eye thing with the San Diego one is probably a case by case.
It
Like there's
probably is.
probably other samples that maybe the eyes aren't as
Yeah.
Know that I'm a hater because I don't have this either. So,
but I have to tell you, when I just had the speeder Luke and the number 21 Luke, like the land speeder one was the one that I put on the shelf in the display with Leia,
sure,
and 21 sat in the land speeder with the hat on. Don't look at anybody.
right, right.
But yeah, so what, 3, Hank?
A 2.5
2 and
when
a half.
combined. Two and a
2
half
and a
when
half
combined.
combined. So
Release that again
vehicle
today with way better paint apps. You don't even have to
Yeah,
change the size. Way better paint apps on that on the vehicle,
yeah,
and the modern Luke sculpt with the nice head.
okay.
Then we're in 3.5, maybe 4
All right,
territory.
all right. Andy, what do you think?
I'm thinking a 2017 4,
Yeah?
Ooh.
but a today 2 3/4.
2 3/4. Wow.
Because like you get a vehicle and that just adds a whole new level of
Yeah,
play, right?
yeah.
But the fact that it doesn't accommodate all the figures like you would have seen,
No, you can't
that's a huge downfall.
you can't recreate the
No.
most iconic scene like the stormtrooper checkpoint. You
Yeah.
can't do that, which is funny because as we're going into this next round of figures, and you all saw the new Sand Trooper and immediately dismissed it as, oh, it's another Sand Trooper, but it's not. It's the guy from the vehicle checkpoint that's on screen for like 2 seconds.
Yes.
So now it's like, that's a must have for me.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a
It's
figure.
practically a
Yeah.
named character. He's got a
Almost.
speaking line.
He's got that other machine gun with the twin
Right.
drum magazines that
Yeah.
no other stormtrooper
In
carries in the
modern
movie.
Star Wars, that his name would be like Corporal Tim or something.
Yeah, something like that.
They would name that guy now.
I feel like I need to approach this. I know that it should be. Maybe I'll rank it as a complete package at the end, but I want to break this down because I really feel like, the vehicle stands on its own, and either version are great. I remember I mentioned at the beginning that it would all come down to is the San Diego version worth the increased $30 for more paint and a moving part?
No.
No.
I don't think so
Excuse me.
either. I don't
No.
think so either. So I don't have any issues with having the retail version, which by itself, uh, the thing that hurts this the most is the scale. It's too small.
Yeah.
And I know that that is perpetually the issue with 112 scale anything. Vehicles are
Mhm.
just hard to do.
Yeah.
But if this thing was 25% bigger,
Just enough to
it
accommodate.
would, yeah. If I can't get 3PO's
And
legs
you could
behind
all
the
you can
seat,
get the larger price point a little at that. My favorite thing about the
yeah.
whole kit is the bucket hat, to tell you the truth. The
So
bucket hat and the
that's
poncho.
that's the other thing I want to talk about is if you gave me this Luke Skywalker in a single carded figure with those accessories,
100%. 100%.
the poncho, the rifle, and the bucket hat, that's a deluxe figure
Binoculars,
for me.
100%.
I would buy that in 2025.
I
No
would,
problem.
yes. Yeah.
No problem. So, speeder, I'm gonna blend the two because I don't think the San Diego is worth the
additional
90
30.
bucks. So like the speeder by itself gets three Vaseline mirrors. The Luke gets a 2017 5.
Hmm.
He's a 5-star figure in 2017 with those accessories.
Yeah, some nice accessories. That's true.
But like combined all together, it's a 3.5.
This wasn't hard to get. I just passed on it. I was everywhere at Toys R Us.
I was super excited to get this, and I kind of when they announced there's gonna be a retail version and they like at the time that they announced the convention version, I'm like, "Well, I'm pass on that. I'm not even gonna try for that if it's more or less the same thing." A moving part that I'm never gonna see 'cause who displays their land speeder with the hood open?
Yeah.
Not unless you've gone to the land speeder show and you're all showcasing off your stuff.
Or there's Jawas in the neighborhood.
Oh,
Ever
well,
since
then
the
the
X
part would be missing.
what's
That's
the
right.
line? Ever since the X35s came out, there's just no demand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Sean is passing on the land speeder. That's fair. And you know what? There hasn't been a whole lot of vehicles since then.
Nope.
There's only been a couple more.
Mhm.
That being said, we're gonna go. Oh, wait a minute. What are we at?
Left-handed.
Left-handed Jedi says, "I would take that speeder if I got a good deal.
Yeah.
Otherwise, pass."
Yeah. Agreed.
Fair.
I don't even know.
I don't know. 50, 60 bucks
Aftermarket?
isn't too bad.
I
If
haven't
it
even
came out
looked it
today
up.
at 60 bucks, that's
Yeah,
with
like
the figure being 35, that's a pretty friggin' good deal.
Yeah.
I
What
don't think it
year?
would be 60 bucks today.
What year did the snow speeder come out? 22.
Yeah, it's another one I should have got. There was plenty. They were on sale and I didn't get one. There was so
And
many.
when it came out, it was like $100 or
Yeah.
150, I think, in Canada.
Hmm.
So, like to me, it was like, oh, that's a no-brainer. That's an easy buy
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it
They
came
were
with the
sitting.
figure, right?
They were sitting at Toys R Us forever for 69. And I was like, oh, it's there. There's so many.
You
I'll get
should
one
have
next.
bought it, my
I'll
friend.
get one next time. I'll get
Yeah,
the
yeah,
DAC.
yeah.
The DAC is what kills me about that. Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Seeing as there aren't that many vehicles, this will be an easy one to get through. The next one, Ray's junk speeder. Oh, sorry, I went too far. Let me go back one.
There you go.
Here we go. Ray Speeder Jakku. This one came out 2017, also $59.99. This one not an exclusive. This one just a regular old retail. You could get this one anywhere.
It's super funny how they kind of give her the Luke Skywalker treatment here. We'll put a couple of extra accessories over top of the main figure.
Yeah.
We'll throw a backpack and a little handheld item. I just like
Mm.
I'm a fan of The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
This vehicle sucks.
I like the fact that it reminds me, in The Mandalorian when we got Cobb Vanth riding the pod racer engine with a seat.
Yes.
I got the same vibe of this. Oh, it's a starfighter engine with a seat.
She's riding.
And I thought it was okay. But it wasn't enough for me to invest in it. I think at this
No.
point I had already sort of made my decision about how I felt about the sequels. And
At this point, was there not like already 4 Rays?
of just the junk.
Yeah, like the junk
Yeah,
of
this
Ray.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
version without the
Well, this one's got gloves.
right.
She's got
Right.
gloves. She has a
Right.
few more things going on. We'll compare
That way she
those.
doesn't get tetanus.
That's true. I do think that the star of the show in this is definitely the speeder. Like there is no shortage of detail on this thing.
No, it's true. It has nice paint apps.
And they used a real soft goods net, so all of the pieces that are in the net, you can just sort of have them flop around if you want to.
Mhm.
But yeah, essentially an engine with a seat.
She's riding a furnace.
Left-handed Jedi, big pass. That's fair. It's not for everybody. I certainly didn't buy it. I think I actually had 1 or 2 of these in the store,
Hmm.
and I did sell them. I must have, because I don't have them anymore. Josh, pass. Sean, how about you? You passed on the X-34. Are you passing on this one too? All right. I think it's a good looking thing for what it is. It's not the kind of thing that I would want. Actually, if I didn't have any knowledge of the Star Wars sequels, I might buy this as like this could go into another science fiction setting,
Mhm.
like a
And this one,
cyberpunky
I
or
could see this one doing well with a little bit of weathering as well.
yeah, it certainly could you it could
Yeah,
benefit
I mean,
from
yeah.
for
some
a
more.
junk speeder, it doesn't look very junky.
That's true. I give them props though. Unlike the land speeder and the first release of the Imperial speeder bike, the base on this one, they've tried to give it that like dust cloud or thrust effect
Mm.
instead of just a straight up square stand like they did with the X-34.
Yeah.
I kind of like if you're gonna do that for me, make it opaque or sorry, translucent. My bad,
It
backwards.
is translucent. I think
Is
that's
it?
just the photography.
Oh, is it? Okay, I
Yeah,
thought it was. I thought it
it
was like
looks
a
kind of
shiny
mirrored, doesn't it?
brown.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's good for a stick of dynamite. Wow, yeah, that's a real dislike for a whole stick.
I can't rate it higher than the land speeder, which I technically love. So this is a 2.5 for me. A greasy, greasy old uh, mirrors.
The junk speeder. Okay, 2.5. Do you want to weigh in on this one now, or do you want to see the figure first?
I'll wait for the figure because
Okay,
that
all
could
right,
sway me.
Well, maybe yeah. That's probably a
all
good.
right.
Maybe I'll wait.
See if the figure will sway your voting.
Okay, all right.
I don't think it will, but that's just my thoughts. Looking at the Ray, so there's really no handheld here. It's actually the face covering for her
Right,
her
right.
head wrap. Now, I
So
will
that I
say this.
like that kind of stuff I like, and why it doesn't come with the base figure.
the the movie opens, she's climbing the interior of that Star Destroyer, and this is what you see.
Hmm.
Right.
She's fully garbed up, goggles on, face covered. We know nothing about who this character is, and then she takes it all off.
Well,
Why wasn't this a single carded figure?
Yeah.
why was this not included in the first release? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. That doesn't make sense to me when this is arguably the best version of this Ray.
If
Hmm.
I had, yeah, it might be. That's actually, it might swing me to a 3 from a 2.5.
Oh wow.
But if I owned this figure, it would be on my Indiana Jones shelf.
Oh, that's a
Hmm.
great yeah, yeah, or
Like that
at the
looks
very
like,
least,
you know what
that
I mean?
backpack's going on one of my
Desert
minifigures.
Marion. Well, she looks like a Joe or something. Like,
Yeah, she could easily be that. Also, unlike the other releases, we're gonna get to that here. Let me just, double check here. Did I? I skimped out. I didn't put up a comparison shot.
That's okay.
This one, soft goods.
Hmm.
Soft goods that we didn't see on the other ones.
Yeah, because that was a hindrance on the other one as far as posability.
Yeah, the little, loopy hoopy thing on her left leg
Yeah.
got in the way, but not so here. So you're sacrificing you don't get a lightsaber with this one, and
She
you
doesn't have
only
it at
get
this point in the movie,
she
though,
does
either,
not.
right? So.
You get gloved hands. If you did an extra set of hands that were not gloved and a swappable head that didn't have the goggles and the head covering, this
mm,
would be maybe the perfect Ray for The Force Awakens.
Hmm.
toss in a little X-wing fighter pilot helmet for dinner
Yeah.
and
Yeah, 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 yeah,
a
yeah.
pole with a green deal in it. You could really, there's a lot of little accessories. I didn't. I like. Are those goggles? They're not pull. You can't
They
pull
are
them
not
out.
removable. No.
That's too bad. That would be sweet if they a little more playability there. But I like the face piece on that. The whole headgear, nothing comes off there. That's how she is. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like you'd have to pop the head off and
Right.
then
Right. Right.
swap a new one on.
Right. I see. Yeah. So I mean, if the cowling were removable, like the Jin Urso,
Yeah.
that would go a long way to making it a better figure. But there's some nice detail in that backpack. Yeah, that brings
Yeah,
her
I
up to a
do.
3. That brings the whole kit
The
up to a
whole
3
the
for me.
whole thing together as a
Yeah. 2017 3. I
Ooh,
expect better. I expect better now.
3 greasy mirrors.
3 greasy mirrors.
All right. Andy, where are you at?
I think I'm right there with Hank. 3 greasy mirrors.
It's such a scene specific thing. Like I like the figure maybe better than I like the vehicle, and for the reasons that I said, give me those extra hands and an extra head.
Mm.
And if I was still collecting sequel trilogy figures, I feel she would be a worthy addition. But as it is, I feel like we've missed out on something here. So yeah, I think Ray and the speeder combined are 3, and it's just a 3. Like
Yeah.
it's like a 2.999999.
Yeah.
Round it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And now I apologize that I didn't put in any of the comparisons. I don't know why. I think because at the time that I sat down, I was so angry at what was going on, what was coming. I'm like, and I just forgot to. But I do believe I made up for it with this next one. We're sticking with the sequels as we go into a figure that we've already looked at.
What's
remember,
going on with that cloak there?
remember unmasked Kylo Ren?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here he is again, but this time in comparison, we're looking at the throne room version of Kylo Ren. We already took a look at Unmasked, but you can't look at this one without looking at the other, so we get to see him again.
Now,
what's going on with the cloak? That's a good
the
question.
retail is like molded, is it not?
It is molded, yeah.
And this one appears to have like a full soft
It
goods.
is definitely soft goods, and it looks like there's some sort of pattern printed into the material.
Yeah.
Wow, Josh, you were pass on the speeder, pass on Ray, and now pass on Kylo Ren. That's fair. That is
I
fair.
should have passed on this figure.
Oh, you have this one.
I have it.
You have the retail one then.
I have the retail one, and you
Okay.
can put him in poses such as this or this. He also does this. This is the worst piece. Like, it's not a bad figure.
It's the same issue with
Adam
anybody
Driver's a
with a
hell of an
molded
actor.
cloak.
Like, he hung out to dry in some of these movies. The articulation is decent. The face sculpt for the time. My mic is behind me here. Face sculpt for the time is excellent. I really
it's not bad. Keep that in mind because
it's like a happy medium between action figure and, like you say, if a fan got a hold of this and painted the crap out of it
and repainted it. Yeah.
there's some nice texturing on that jacket. The boots are nice, but this goddamn thing, like
the traffic cone cloak.
It's the same thing they gave Krennic. Only this is
exactly what I was going to say.
This is a lot more supple, but despite it's very supple. Put this on your Batman.
And the new Krennic isn't getting any better. It's coming with the same thing.
Just like I would have figured out a way to maybe clip it to the back, because the over the shoulder and you're done. That's it. That's all you can do with the friggin' character. Like, you can't even put the other arm out naturally. You can't. Like with Lando, I kind of like to have him doing, I'm Lando, and I'll do a little flare behind. Oh, I'm going wrong.
Flare the
hold.
Of course,
this is crazy.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
Now the retail.
So I didn't know that retail version had a cloth cape.
Yeah,
or sorry, the exclusive.
Andy was just saying no extra helmeted head with the the retail, which you do get with the Walmart exclusive. It's $35 as opposed to $20. That being said, let's have a look here. What's next?
That's nowadays prices. So
there we go. Here's what the figure looks like. Now this is both of them in comparison, and there's probably a couple things that stand out. That actually is different. That's funny.
That is a different material than.
I just want to point that out. Now you're saying that because I think
it's totally different.
The fabric used in the promo shot is got the pattern on it. And the sample, the actual in-hand sample, doesn't have it. Isn't that something? The other big standout here, the scar on Adam Driver's or Kylo Ren's face is so much more prominent on this one.
At least they didn't change the location of it.
That's true. So there's
Ryan
a much
Johnson.
There's a much better, look at the 2 of them together. So the one you have, Hank, would be the one on the right.
That's correct. Yeah, you can barely see the scar on
The
mine,
scarring
actually.
is there. Is it molded into the figure,
It
or
is
is it
more.
just
Yes. No, it
paint?
is. It's a little etch,
Okay.
but it's like I don't. My lighting is super bad in here, but you cannot even
Oh, hang on a
almost
second.
perceive that.
Let me, oh, I can see it. Yeah, it's there.
Very
It's very
faint.
faint.
Definitely
It's
not as
very, very
prominent
faint.
though.
What's
Yeah.
that, Hank?
Not as prominent as the
No.
Walmart.
No, definitely not. But yeah, so we've got common accessories. It's the lit and unlit lightsaber hilts come with both versions, so there's nothing super special there.
I don't think the retail has the silver paint app on the hilt.
Oh
Hmm.
no,
I don't. Here, let me pull it.
I
Let
couldn't
me
see.
pull it.
I don't know what the photos show.
Nope.
It does not. Okay, so
No,
extra paint.
it's all gray actually.
And the extra helmeted head.
Which I'm sorry, that should be with the regular
All
retail as well.
Easily.
yeah.
Like you don't send Vader out without his helmet.
No, you don't.
I mean,
Even
I would accept because this is a Last Jedi figure, isn't it?
Mhm.
I would accept little
Yep.
pieces of helmet now. I guess a little baggie with
Yeah.
pieces of helmet in it.
So I guess the big part of this, what makes him the throne room is the actual pieces that come with it of the throne room. So if you got Snoke throne room, the floor pieces actually connect to the Snoke figure's throne.
hmm.
And I just completely ignored the Snoke figure. I just had no interest in it. I think I was really in that like, is it the Emperor? Is it not? Who is like the whole controversy of the Snoke character really got to me, and I wanted nothing to do with him.
I see. I mean, I didn't mind Snoke so much, but it had everything to do with Andy Serkis and nothing to do with the writing. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, you're
Like
right.
his
You're right.
performance was, and then when we thought he was going to be 25 or 30 feet tall, so
Because
many
the
unholy
hologram was
promises,
just
right? Yeah,
enormous.
yeah.
Hmm.
And I thought, oh, okay, we're actually going to go for it. But
2 sticks of dynamite for that one.
yeah, I could 3D print that.
Nowadays, yeah, absolutely. And why wouldn't you? Um, all right. What do we think of Kylo Ren
Oh
throne
man,
room?
Hmm.
and we're talking the exclusive really because I mean, did they? How close are the releases?
They would have come out at the same time.
Oh, I see. That's why.
Yeah, so
Okay.
one's a Walmart exclusive and the other
Oh,
one was
it's
regular
really hard.
retail. Yeah.
I'm on
So
board with left-handed Jedi there.
The throne is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That came with Snoke,
But
though. That didn't come with
you
him.
only get half of the throne.
You just
yeah.
get the floor pieces.
Yeah.
That's it.
See, they almost had a Build-A-Figure thing going on there. Almost
If you bought
another
both of
with the
them,
big window and another one with the window, and then you'd be away to the races, like the
do you wanna see
portcullis.
that again? The all the pieces? So yeah, just the 3 outer pieces.
Hmm.
The throne has the center hub,
Hmm.
Yeah,
but it's part of the throne.
but if you had Ray for this scene, the
Yeah,
with
and
the
the 3 Praetorians.
she looks through that mirror and sees the battle.
Oh, yeah.
That thing, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, that's a great comment too. Left-handed Jedi. Clone Wars Maul would look good on that.
Yes, it
Yeah, that
would.
looks like a Mandalorian throne. Yeah, for sure.
And it definitely looks like it's got enough pegs there that you could like surround your whoever you put
Well,
on
for
the
sure, you've
throne
got looks
with
like
guards.
1, 2, 3,
6
4, 5,
pegs.
or 6. Yeah, 6 pegs.
So I mean, 3 figures, or if they're standing sideways, 6.
I would think that is 3 specifically for the Praetorians to
Yeah.
stand around him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I give the retail release, even though it's the one I own, it's a
Yeah.
2. It's the cloak is the worst piece of garbage I've ever. I hate it. And like on paper, you tell me there's a version of this figure exists with a cloth coat cape, and I'm like, okay, it's better hands down. But then I look at that and I go, Jesus Christ, what are they doing to this character? Like they don't care as much as Ryan Johnson. Um, but I will say, okay, I'm going to say 2.5 for the Phase 3 figure, and I'm going to say
Yeah.
3 for the Walmart. But because of the extra head, because of the paint app on um,
Scar.
the scar and the just the little baubles, like okay, yeah, we got
Yeah.
to give you 3 pieces to stand on, but it's just a little more. And when you reflect on that price, it's double back then, but it's what we pay now.
Yeah,
Again,
because this sorry, did I put it on this one?
I
Did I
think
put the
so.
price on this one? I think I
Yeah, I
did.
think it
Yeah,
was
30.
This one comes in at
34.99.
$34.99.
So I probably wouldn't buy any sequel figures today, but I expect so much more
Oh yeah.
today that they would have to be, you know. And we're past swappable heads at this point. Make your mold work for a helmet that comes on and off.
Mm.
Like,
With the character that has long hair though, and this is what we went through. Well, it's Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan, why her hair is like really slicked back
yeah,
is to accommodate the helmet. So I don't know if I'm there. I do think that there's a two heads is justifiable for me.
yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh,
There's balloons again. I don't know why those keep triggering. I
there's
don't
got to
even.
be some
There's
sort
got to
of
be
Because you
some kind
said
of
something
hand gesture.
positive.
Maybe.
You said something
Maybe.
negative earlier, and not like badly, but you were like, "I don't like that," and then it gave you a thumbs down
Oh, that's
on your
awesome.
screen. I don't know how.
Josh gives it a -10 lemmings.
It's a pretty bad figure, to be fair. I feel so bad for Adam Driver because he's amazing.
He's great.
He's taken this all in stride too.
Yeah.
Like he got
Good
crapped on.
good for him too for being
Yeah,
able to separate himself from that stuff.
yeah.
Not everybody can.
no.
His undercover boss, Kylo Ren sketch on Saturday Night Live is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
I loved him in the movie. I thought it was quite tongue in cheek, but Lucky Logan.
Lucky Logan's
I love
awesome.
that movie. I just want to point something. Andy, are you ready to weigh in on this one?
I think so.
Okay, well, go for it.
I'm giving him 2 because
Yeah,
like the helmet inclusion should have been with the regular,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
and it's almost a kick to just get floor pieces instead of a whole. I'd call it the throne room.
Throne
version.
room. Yeah. Yeah. Throne floor.
Throne
throne
floor.
floor.
2 Vaseline mirrors for you.
Yeah, like if you're giving me Build-A-Figures, give me Build-A-Figures. I am on board with that.
And we've talked about that
But
for years. Like, why are we not doing that? Like,
yeah,
build a
Still,
droid, build a small vehicle,
still,
build a other, build a back to tank, something,
build a
anything.
Wampa.
anything.
Build a Wampa. Yeah. Well, the Wampa was released as a.
He could.
He
Could
could have
still
been.
do
He
it.
could have been. Yeah. Good way to re-release the Wampa or the
100%.
Tauntaun
And
or the Dewback
yeah,
or. I think if you took all of the sand troopers that have come out to date and packed in a piece of the Dewback with each of them,
yep.
I just want to point this out. I was incorrect. I misspoke in a previous episode talking about face print and asserting what was the first face printed Star Wars action figure, and I said it was Rey Jedi training. That's wrong.
Uh-oh.
It was partly wrong. That being said, I just want to point out that this is a great example of where an action figure still looks like an action figure, but for one that's not face printed, that exclusive head
Pretty good.
looks pretty darn good.
There's a lot going on too. The angle that they've got the headshot, like the photo you picked and the angle it's on, that lends itself to a little bit more realism. Anytime
sure,
you do
yeah.
that with any, pick up even the Sabine and tilt her down and take a photo at that angle, it helps a lot.
Just get one eye.
But they're both decent likenesses of the actor.
They are.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's the same mold.
yeah,
But again, paint does everything for them.
yeah.
Was would you say Andy 2?
2.
2. I'm sorry, Adam Driver. I really
Yeah.
like you as an
Yeah.
actor.
He's
2
on
and a
my
half.
Black Klansman show.
2.5. I give him a 2.5.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Going from something that's like meh to maybe something that's a little bit more like ooh, the one you may have been waiting for.
Which one?
We're gonna take a look at Clone Captain Rex.
Nice.
And I learned something this week about Clone Captain Rex, which we'll get to. But let's start with the packaging. We've got the HasCon 2017 / Celebration Orlando Rex coming in at $24.99. And then the regular retail release phase 3 number 59 at regular price $19.99. And at first I look at the blue box and I go, "Oh my god, that's so beautiful."
It's
and it's
really
got all
nice.
the stuff.
It's really nice. The head count at the top. Oh, that box is amazing.
You know, I'll leave it at this. There's a reason why they packed him with the helmet on.
I know.
I didn't realize that before now. I took it as rote. I'm getting the same figure minus a couple of guns.
Yeah.
And boy, was I ever wrong.
Uh-oh.
Let's take a look at them. This is the both.
Comparison.
Yeah, so this is the retail version plus the convention version side by side, helmets on.
Yeah.
These are the same figure.
Yes.
These are the same figure. Now, the convention exclusive gets both versions of the DC-17 rifle, but if you bought any other clone up until now, you could easily come by those rifles if you wanted Rex to carry them.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that's an issue for me when like 99% of his screen time shows him twin pistols and nothing else. So twin pistols is fine for me. You've got the standard articulation that we've come to expect from the Black Series in 2017. I would say that this is no better or worse than any of the previous clone releases.
Mm-hmm.
The leg issue is not an issue with this figure. It's fine. At least mine is anyway.
Yeah, I love those soft good leg, like
the comma.
The comma is so
Yeah,
nice.
I like that as well. Josh is on board with this one. He says it's worth 3 lemmings. So that's an improvement from -10. Left-handed Jedi, now we're talking. Yeah, man, I agree. Other things to note, this is that composite, what is it? Phase 2, phase 1.5,
his hybrid
2.5,
helmet.
3. Yeah, his hybrid. I've welded the pieces together. And they've added the weld marks on the chest as well to reflect that he's worked on the chest plating as well. All right. So,
drum roll.
I never expected this, and this was a shock to me when I saw this. Oh dear. What
Django,
happened?
is that you? Django.
What happened?
It's Django.
You would think that the convention exclusive would be
the superior
but
one.
It's not.
No.
And so this is where I say I'm wrong, because 100% the retail version of Rex has face print on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see the paint bleed on the convention one onto his forehead. But if you took the retail one away, it doesn't look bad.
No, it's not bad. It's about as good as the Django.
Certainly, like, don't look at the head portrait. Look at the figure as a whole, and that head on that figure looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's fine.
The close-up, there's obviously some lighting reflecting off the paint in the eye. That's not the eye itself. So it doesn't look that bad in hand. But
I'm about to pay $50 for this figure. Plus shipping. It's the Porkins winner, or else, and
yeah,
and it gets a 5 out of fucking 5 if you ask me. But that's one greasy mirror for every $10 I spend on this figure.
I mean,
you know what? I would buy that exclusive.
Oh, Alfred E. Newman.
Yes,
dude, that's amazing.
Yeah. But that's how shockingly different it is, if you ask me. I was lucky enough to get the retail version of this when it came out at retail. So, and I've been happy with that, blissfully unaware that this was the actual case. But boy, am I ever glad that I got it. So retail, Hank, you're 5 out of 5.
5 out of, that's my Grail figure.
Sure.
I would trade a lot of figures I have in my collection right now for this thing.
Does the Hascon version lose points for you because of the paint?
You know, like you say, both those extra guns. I'm trying not to be that guy anymore, but the packaging on that is so nice. Like that's display level packaging, and we don't always get that anymore. You know, that's the one thing that the cons exclusives tend to do is some
you raise a
display
good
level
point,
packaging.
right? Like the inbox collector might actually prefer that packaging.
Yeah, I mean, there's the promise of a nice head under that helmet, right?
Until you open the box.
But like,
ignorance
you
is
you hit the nail on the head when you say, like, remove the other figure and just put it on the shelf with the helmet off.
Don't look at them together.
It's a 4.5 out of 5.
I agree with you 100%. 100%.
It's a nice looking figure.
And like I said, as I've always been an open box guy. So the packaging has never been an issue for me because as I say, I buy toys. I don't buy toy packaging.
Yep.
Yeah. Now that you've said that, I have to go back to this one.
Oh man, that's brilliant. That is, I don't know what hit you in the head that made you do that.
Man.
That was
I was just like, it
great,
is
dude.
so ridiculously, it's like the side by
man.
side was so horrifically bad. I'm like, this is the level of like, nah, that's going on there.
What,
Poor
the Clone
Ron
Wars?
Howard.
I wonder if Mad Magazine did a parody of the Clone Wars.
Maybe.
Maybe there is a version of him out there.
And if not, why is there not more Alfred E. Newman figures out there?
I know.
Jesus, everything else is.
Maybe they just don't want to license him. I don't know.
Tony the
Alfred
Tiger
Newman.
just got one. Why not Alfred?
Funko Pops. He's been everybody.
Yeah.
So you could just do him being
Your boy is catching fish with bread. That's
Nice.
great, man.
Nice.
That's great. I do like that. I'm Andy. Where are you on Rex?
I'm right there with Hank. Like 4.5 for the convention and 5 for the regular.
Yeah.
Isn't that? And that's funny too. Like less guns, higher score.
Yeah.
So like that says that portrait means something.
Yeah. And especially on this guy.
I have no problem taking,
if not the most important clone.
Yeah.
Yes.
When we get to the phase 1 Rex and you compare the portraits, it's not a comparison either. And they're both face printed, but I honestly think that this is the better looking portrait. But we're a long ways off.
I will easily steal Fox's guns and give them to Rex.
That's what I mean. It's easy enough to
he doesn't deserve them.
Steal, like, listen, the clones can only carry so many weapons into battle. So if you want Rex to have one of the larger guns, poach it from one of your other clones. It's easy enough to do.
Yeah.
I bought something loose while I was in Oshawa with you guys last time, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, I remember. It was the Han Solo Stormtrooper disguise. But they packed it with a clone rifle.
Fair enough. There you go.
I have one already.
Well, there you go. Composite score. If I had to rate them as one thing, it would be like a 4.9, because I do think that the Hascon portrait brings it down. But it does have the guns. So, also this rangefinder is movable on this one. I forgot to mention that.
Versions?
Yeah, on both of them.
Excellent.
Yeah, it does move.
Playability.
But yeah, Rex is a 5 out of 5 for me. 5 pristinely polished mirrors.
Right. Vaseline still in the jar.
That's right. Oh boy.
on the bedside mantle where it belongs.
All right, and now we get to the stuff that's really bugging me.
Josh gives it 3 lemmings.
3 lemmings. Are you working on a 3 scale, Josh?
Nobody,
because like 3's been your high mark so far.
Nobody who's seen Clone Wars would say that.
Okay, I talked about Rey being the first face print figure, and as I said earlier, I was wrong. Because the next one we're going to look at is this is the 2-pack that consists of Rey Jedi Training and Luke Skywalker Jedi Master. We're going to look at the 2017 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and then the 2 single pack releases of those. But that's not all, because we're going to get more of those next week. Sorry for that. Oh, you're working on a 5 scale. Wow, man. What is it? Josh, if Rex rates a 3 out of 5, what Black Series figure rates a 5 out of 5 for you?
Maybe we
just out of curiosity.
There yet.
Just out of curiosity.
Oh, going deep on these.
Negative.
Ones.
I can't read that number. Negative. A lot of zeros. All right. Wow.
The packaging on the exclusive is pretty nice.
Again, it's got that nice artwork.
Pretty good.
And it's not a reuse of the artwork from the single release. Yeah.
No, but it doesn't. It's just a black version of the red box, so it doesn't jump for me the way that blue box
this is a bifold box.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a bifold. So
that,
yeah.
Like as far as shelf presentation,
yeah,
you just fold that out.
You open it up, yeah. And if it's so, the other side is the reverse of the bifold, but flipped over. Jedi Knight Luke is a 5 for me. Oh, okay, that's fair. I feel like we all do the same thing. We all vote kind of emotionally, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What connects with us the most? So that's fair, and I appreciate that. All right, let's look at Rey first. This is Rey Jedi training, and wow.
Going back to
Looks
that.
like my wife's sister there.
We don't really have. I didn't have to do a bunch of slides for this one because, as you can see, both the San Diego version and the single release number 44, they are exactly the same figure.
Mm.
Mind you, there is some obviously there's some paint variation between samples, so you might get a good looking one, you might not. There is, however, one running change, and that is later versions of Rey accentuated the wound on her on the back of her shoulder by putting a little bit of paint on there. Yeah, so there is that, but they come with exactly the same accessories, and that's it.
The blaster's a nice addition, though.
I like
That's
the
Han Solo blaster. Yeah,
yeah. I have this.
We're gonna look at this again next week, and arguably that one's better than this one, but I won't talk about that.
No,
that's my favorite look for the character out of all the. Well, I guess 2 looks that they give her.
Yeah, I mean, having to go back and not to like disparage a dead woman, but
Yeah.
oh, we got to go back and use archival footage, which means if they're in a scene together, she's got to look right. So we have to go back to the desert look, which, yes, kind of a step backwards for me. I'd like a crate Luke. Pass on this set. I would like to see a crate Luke as well. The force projected Luke.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't do that.
No.
I don't know why they didn't.
They will eventually, someday. Everyone gets
if the sequels ever enjoy a renaissance, maybe.
Oh, they will.
I don't think you'll see another sequel trilogy figure in the next. When did the Force Awakens come out?
2015.
15?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, so it's 10 years now?
It is 10 years.
Okay, if we haven't got a Force Awakens anniversary figure at this point, don't expect one for what, another 10 years?
Roughly.
In 2030?
It's tough when Revenge of the Sith has taken all the.
Yeah, but I mean, that has enjoyed a renaissance.
Oops, sorry.
So that is Rey, and like I said, it's the exact same figure in both, except for the running change. And you may or may not have gotten that in your single carded one. So, no surprise, Luke Skywalker, exactly the same.
Hey, at least it's a cloth cloak.
Exactly the same. There is no difference between these two. The outer cloak is soft goods.
Oh, but the draping.
All the inner stuff is molded plastic. You can confirm that, Hank.
So no, there's multiple layers to it here. I gave his outer cloak to. First of all,
where did you get that figure? You got that one loose, didn't you?
Nope, I did not. First of all, look at his face.
Yeah.
He's looks like Santa Claus, or he's got some blush, or he's been smoking too much dope or something going on there.
Did you get the Octo version?
Octo.
With the piece of terrain?
No.
Because the piece of terrain it looks more like that one.
No.
Honestly, it kind of looks like David
You know what?
Yeah.
I think I might have.
Because that's the one you're holding right now. Yeah.
I apologize.
Grandpa Skywalker.
There he is.
He looks.
But he does. He has so a lot of it is soft goods.
So that is the big. We're going to look at that next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The Octo version. Octo. How do we say that?
Not Hawk 2.
Octo. Hawk 2. Invader's voice. Yeah. So that one is soft goods.
Oh, I see.
This one is not. This one is not. And the other, do you have an extra hand with yours?
No.
Oh, then you've either lost it or it's still in the box.
It could be still in the box. I still have some of the boxes.
Fair enough. With this one, all molded plastic underneath. So yeah, only the outer is
extra hand in terms extra robot hand?
Extra, yeah, cybernetic hand.
Doing a different pose?
Yeah, like a one that can actually hold
the glass of blue milk.
No, that can hold the lightsaber when you
the toss.
Yeah, it's a slightly relaxed hand. Is that Spock's brother from Star Trek V? Cybok? It's Luke Skywalker.
Nice.
Oh, that's hilarious. This is one of the most, I mean, listen, we've already looked at all the Farm Boy Lukes and how horrific those were. Like, you think it couldn't get any worse. And yet, on some level, depending on how you feel about this character at this point in his life, this might actually be worse.
Yeah.
But they are exactly the same. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we could rate them individually. But I don't know if the convention 2-pack adds any value here.
Mm.
Hank, what do you think of Rey Jedi training?
Despite being my favorite look, don't do it, cat. You're gonna make noise. That's a 2.5 for me. It's not a very strong figure. Sorry, guys.
Is that cat? Why is your cat humping something?
No, it's not humping.
doesn't
It goes up to my my cabinet of original trilogy figures.
Yeah.
And does this on the glass. And I have no idea. It thinks there's another dimension back there.
That's awesome.
Animals have different perceptions. There could be.
I guess, yeah. I agree. This is my favorite look for the character as well. I don't know. Where are you at this one?
I'm thinking 2 greasy mirrors.
2 greasy mirrors. Yeah, I think it's a 2 greasy mirror as well. The blaster is nice. They've just repacked in the staff from the first release Rey, and they didn't improve it in any way. It's still that molded plastic strap, which is awful.
No further paint upgrades on it.
Nope, nothing. So yeah, I think it's a 2.5 as well.
Yeah.
And only if I get a good looking portrait. Mm-hmm. Okay, that being said, what about Jedi Master Luke Skywalker?
He's the other 2.5, but they don't add up to 5. Curiously,
it's 2.5 concurrently.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'll buy that. The box art for Mark Hamill is badass.
Yes, agreed.
I would agree with that. Oh no! Josh says, I'm so glad I have my collection in an outside storage room. My cat has chewed off the antennas on my Joe vehicles before.
Oh my.
One lemming.
One lemming for Luke.
One lemming.
I think I'm 2 greasy beers. Like, I'm digging the cloth cape, but the restricted motion from the molded stuff, it's always a detractor. Plus, I'm not fully convinced that's a Luke face.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, eh? But then, like, we've heard the actors, we've heard Katie Sackhoff and Paul Sung Lee talking about, oh yeah, we all go get scanned whenever they do this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, did they scan Mark for this in costume?
Maybe.
You kind of feel like
they should have.
They would have.
You would hope so.
Right? As I'm looking at this, and I'm trying to find, something redeeming about it. And so one, it's a Luke Skywalker figure. So like that makes it okay. But as I'm thinking about this, I'm quite surprised now at the palette because this, and I don't think we talked about it when I hate to bring it up. Remember when we reviewed the Acolyte?
Yeah.
Do you remember the costumes that they wore at the temple? The color palette. It's very similar.
Very much so.
Maybe.
Whereas
not as much yellow, but yeah.
No, not as much yellow, but like we equate the dark brown robes as like, oh, that's our utilitarian robes, and the lighter, creamier colored ones are more formal.
Right.
This looks very formal, relatively speaking. I mean, the figure is okay.
It's okay.
It's got the same issues that old man Ben has with the long, like you're not going to get much posability out of the plastic flappy thing on the bottom that you will on the soft goods one. But I'm sorry, Luke, you're a 1. You're a 1. I'm trying, but I can't get there as much as I want to. I can't get there. Where I can go though is I can take you back to a period of dark times.
The dark times.
Yeah, but everything was cooler in the dark times because they retconned. Well, no, they didn't really retcon it.
They just filled in the blanks.
Yeah, and we got this guy, Grand Admiral Thrawn. We got Grand Admiral Thrawn, both in his San Diego packaging and his regular retail release. Phase 3, number 47 Thrawn. That's the one I have. I was not fortunate enough to be able to get the convention exclusive, although I would have liked to have gotten that because of all the extras.
Oh, the
That is
extras
a
are dope.
beautiful display on its own.
Yeah.
2017 San Diego Thrawn, he's $49.99 as opposed to $19.99. So another $30.
Mhm.
Another figure and a half.
Now, is
If
that
it
all
comes with his
cardboard
office,
or?
that's beautiful.
Well, the question will be, is everything worth it at the end?
Yeah.
So, yes, Hank, to touch on that, this does simulate his office in that season of Rebels. To answer your question, is everything cardboard? No.
Ooh,
So let's do a rundown here.
let's add up some value.
All right, so our figure is the same. Like
my gosh.
Thrawn is Thrawn in both releases. It doesn't matter which one you get. You get the same figure with the same portrait and the same blaster. And for an action figure, like this guy looks pretty good. This is that time, like this is really consistent with the whole line of the subline of Rebels, where we tried to give a realistic portrait to an animated character.
Yeah.
And I think they nailed it here. Like, I like the way he looks.
Fellas, I gotta go real quick, and if
Yep.
I can hop back in, I will. I just gotta.
Sure.
Everything's fine, but I just I gotta take care of something. So
Oh, that's totally fine,
I'll be in
man.
the
If you
chat if
can,
I can. Yeah.
if you can make it back, you're more than
Yep.
welcome. If not,
Okay.
we'll see you next week.
Love you both. See you
Yeah,
guys.
man.
I'll be
Bye-bye.
back as quick as I can.
Okay, bye. And that's what happens when life happens.
Yep.
But that's okay. And then there were two.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, so we've got Thrawn. Like I said, is the same figure, no matter which version you got.
Oh, love the little paint apps on the rank placard.
Yeah, so like his Grand Admiralty,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of cool. But I broke down everything that he came with. Wow, I didn't put it in my notes, but it's all on the screen anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We get the Syndulla clan Kalikori. Have you watched Ripples yet?
Not all of it yet.
Okay, so have you gotten to that part?
I don't believe so.
This is like an important artifact to Hera's clan, and so they go on a mission to recover it. But the whole thing is kind of a treasure trove to not just Star Wars, but to Lucasfilm in general. Because look at the other thing it comes with.
Oh.
The Hoxkika stone from the Dark Crystal. Do you remember that when they were beating it with a sword?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
to try and smash it in pieces.
Oh, that's a great idea. Cool set. They could do a Luthen rail set like this.
100%.
Yeah, I would totally be down
Luthen
for
with
that.
his gallery.
Yeah.
Just trick it out with all sorts of weird little artifacts.
Yeah, I would love that.
Oh, that would.
I would love that. We get a Temple Guard mask, which will fit on
him.
It does fit on him. Yeah,
that's cool. Now we've never got a Temple Guard.
No, we didn't.
So, if
could've-
they've already worked on the head mold,
well, then we need a new version of the Grand Inquisitor because that's the character, right? Yeah. We get the lightsaber from an unknown Jedi. I didn't even try to figure out who that is. I don't know if anybody else knows or has an idea who's that might belong to. Feel free to drop that in.
Will do.
We get a helmet for Commander Gree. Now, this is the Clone Wars version of Commander Gree, which is coming out now.
Yes.
With the new Yoda.
Yeah.
We get the Holy Grail.
That's a kind of weird, but really, fitting with the theme piece.
Yeah. And the lizards. 2 lizards playing seesaw. Well, the lizards are Salamiri, or they're a Salamiri statue, which creature was introduced in Star Wars Legends. These are the little creatures that are immune
Force negligible
to the Force. Yeah. And in the original Thrawn trilogy, he basically wears one around his neck.
The 3-pack with him, Vader, and Grievous, he comes with.
Yeah, wearing it around his neck.
Shoulder mounted one.
It doesn't look. It looks different than that. This is
again,
obviously
this is a stylized.
Yeah, hyper stylized. Right? I presume that the planet in the middle. It's a planet.
It could be from
wherever they're from, which I don't remember the name of the planet, but yeah. Quick, that guy's choking. He's turning blue. What are we doing here?
And that's because he's a member of
the Chiss. Yeah, the Chiss. All Chiss are blue. Near humans from the Chiss ascendancy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is our Thrawn. Now, that's a whole lot of extra. Oh, by the way, the things that the stands, they're part of that as well.
Okay.
So it's not like,
So
oh,
it's
put
not
this
like you're
thing on the
just
stand and then swap it out. No, 2 stands, 2 artifacts. Um, is it worth another $30? I don't know. Maybe.
in today's price market. Yeah, it would be, but back
Oh, for
then,
sure. Today's, yeah.
I think they're pushing it back then. But still, that is a really cool set.
It looks great in the box.
Yes.
When you get to that season of Rebels, it's a no-brainer. Like, oh, that's his office. It looks really cool. Both figures are good though. I like that the artwork on the convention set tries to sort of go somewhere between the figure and the Rebels look. But then
It's ominous as hell, though.
yeah, it doesn't look as good on the retail one. But again, if you're just in it for the figure and you don't care about the accessories, these are the same figures in every way.
Yeah. See, like for action figure photographers, I could see the convention set offering you a whole lot more.
Yeah.
Like legitimately you could use all of those within your working, right?
Yeah,
But if you're just going after the Thrawn figure, you know, the retail's fine.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Where would you rate this one?
I'm gonna rate the convention exclusive probably a 4.
Really?
Yeah.
And the single?
I love the accessory stuff.
Yeah.
3 for the regular.
3. It's cool that this is the first Imperial officer we've gotten in white. So that's kind of cool. And I mean, you could do a part swap if you wanted him to be somebody else. Let's say you wanted him to be Yularen or something. You could paint the pants
Tarkin
or whatever.
or whatever.
Yeah. Well, we have a Tarkin.
Do we have a white suit Tarkin?
No, he's only ever come in gray.
Okay.
But Yularen wears white. You could paint the pants black or something if you wanted to get that ISB look. But I like this figure. I like it a whole lot. I think the figure, like, I mean, it's got pretty standard articulation stuff. So, I mean, for what you get, and it is a fan favorite character, he's a 4. He's a 4, but I think with the convention set, all those accessories, like especially if you know what you're looking at, right? Like you see that thing and you're like, what? It's like what they did in Clone Wars with the Ark of the Covenant, right?
Yes.
When you see the Ark going up the ramp with the droids, like the thing, right? You're doing it's the meme, right?
Yeah.
So
Leo meme.
That really kind of, I think, adds value here.
It does. Because like, who's not a fan of multiple projects from these creators, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. I feel like the convention set bumps this up to at least a 4.5.
Nice.
Maybe even a 5.
Nice.
For sure, a 4.5 though.
I dig it.
All right, we got one more. To take a look at, and like I said at the beginning of the show, I expanded this because originally we were just going to look at the convention exclusive, but I thought, you know what, this figure comes out one more time, as you can see in 2024. So why not look at just all 3 of them together and get it out of the way? What's good, what's bad? The bad, they're all the same body. Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, this is our Luke. Luke, X-Wing pilot Luke. This was
the hero Luke, right?
He's not the figure that launched the line, but he's like the first one in the series, in the regular series back in 2013. And this is him. This is the first, like, we're at the 40th anniversary of Star Wars now. So this was the first figure to commemorate that anniversary line. Next week, we're going to get another one of those because he wasn't the only exclusive in that line. All right, taking a look at him a little bit closer. There is some slight paint variance between all 3 of them, and the lighting for the photography doesn't actually help very much to differentiate who's who. Because when I look at mine, I have the original 01 on the shelf, and he's not that orange. He's a little closer to the other 2. But all 3 of them come with exactly the same accessories. I guess the biggest difference here is in the portraits, and obviously the Archive series has a much nicer portrait. But case in point, this is the same mold all 3 times.
Original.
All 3 times, yeah.
Huh.
And I wish Hank was here to talk about brown hair because now it's orange.
True.
Luke's gone from orange hair to blonde hair to brown hair.
And back again.
And lipstick, apparently.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I dare say that the celebration one is more appealing than the Phase 4 archive.
Yeah, the anniversary carded one.
Yeah.
But if you display like any of these with the
helmet on.
helmet
Yeah.
on, like it's great.
Yeah.
It's great all
100%.
around. And picking up Luke, you're picking up any number of other pilots that you want. So
Yeah.
like a quick head swap, a little bit of helmet paint, and you've got somebody new,
You've got Red 4, Red 3, Red 2.
which has been the case with all of the Rebel pilots to date.
Except the one alien guy, right?
Yeah, Elo Asti, but he's also a sequel figure.
True.
But if you want like Rebellion era pilots, they all use the same body. I don't know if the Dave Filoni one uses this body. I think it does.
The Trapper Wolf.
Yeah. Archive one ain't half bad. I agree with that. I think it's pretty good. And I think that, we look at these things kind of microscopically and like super close, but like on a shelf, any one of these would look okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But this is the figure that we've looked at before.
Multiple times now.
Do you remember what we gave it the first time around? Way back in episode 1?
I believe we scored it high based on the release date and this is your hero, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Your hero moment. He's about to go blow up the Death Star.
Does he still hold the same value coming out, 4 years later?
I don't know. It's definitely a good opportunity to get him again, right? But
yeah, if you missed out on him, then you absolutely...
Then you need him.
Yeah, and then like I know people that went like all in on the 40th line just because of the cards, right? To get those vintage style cards.
Yeah.
That alone might have influenced whether you were going to get this one. Sean says there's only one Luke. It's the Stormtrooper.
It's pretty short for a Stormtrooper.
They've done 2 versions of that.
Yeah, I know. And if you measure it up, apparently he's not.
Yeah, he's actually okay.
Yeah, he's same height.
Yeah, yeah.
So
the new one or the newer one has the wet slick back look, which I don't know why they didn't do that to begin with, but
well, because he goes in dry and then
that's true.
That's true.
It wasn't enough for me to buy him again.
Dragged under by what the hell was that thing called?
The Dianoga.
There you go.
Dianoga.
The eyeball monster.
The garbage monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
But same accessories. And you asked earlier if they went to the thicker bladed saber. I don't actually know. I feel like they may have just repacked it.
That's possible.
With the original one, which I don't like them. I don't like they fall out. They're easy to break.
Now, I do wonder if there is a variation between the convention and the archive.
Yeah.
As far as paint apps go on the blaster.
Let's see. Let's go and take a look at that. I don't know if it'll show in the photo, but we can look at it.
I don't know. It looks to have the same.
They look the same all the way across, right? Like,
yeah.
But this is what I say. Like, it's hard to see. Like the Luke on the 40th card is got a blue background, so it's hard to see the blade.
Yeah.
But like looking at the archive series and the 01 Luke, they look really similar. It's Luke. He is the hero of the. Do you got a number for this one?
Solid 3.5.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think he's a 3-ish. That body's getting a little bit like,
but it's got potential, right?
We could have improved that by now.
I mean, even if you're not going to improve it, just give us pack in some extra Rebel pilot heads.
I tell you, what would improve that? The diaper strap. Make that soft goods.
Yes.
And then that would free it up to make him a little bit easier to pose.
To put him in the eventual.
He is smaller than the Han Stormtrooper figure, though. That's true. That is 100% true. He is shorter.
Well, it's accurate, right?
Yeah. So. All right. That brings us to the part of the show where we once again take a look at. Hold on a second here. Our Jack Porkins Medal of Badassery. It is, of course, awarded to the best overall figure of each episode. The inscription on the medal reads, Non Mentum Lorem, or No Chin Strap. Because like the Duke John Wayne, Porkins knew chin straps are for sissies.
We still don't have a Porkins, though. Come on.
No, there hasn't been. There hasn't been a Porkins, actually. I would like all of them. We've got Wedge Antilles.
You need your red squadron, right?
That's what I mean. We got Wedge Antilles. I want Red Leader. and I want Hobby, and I want Biggs. Give me my Biggs. All right. Should come as no surprise. The voting was pretty thin this week, but sorry, Josh, the land speeder did not make it. Our winner, of course, this week is clone Captain Rex. Congratulations, Rex, with your level of detail and immaculately printed portrait. You kicked all those other clankas to the curb.
Nice.
Oh, Josh has Wedge and Porkins and Biggs in Power of the Force.
So there's molds out there.
Little ones.
They just need to upscale and add some more articulation.
You got to do a lot more coming from Power of the Force.
I know.
Especially coming from the
them.
early one. Power of the Force 2 later on got
less buff.
Yeah, they dialed that back.
I would be curious to see Power of the Force Porkins, if he is actually
Porkins-ish,
or
yeah.
He's built out.
His name is Bulkins. Just call him Bulkins now.
There you go.
Yeah, I know. It didn't. I'm sorry, Josh. It did not, and not even close. I'm sorry. Oh, Archive Luke gets the vote. Wow, that's good. That's nice. Good. Luke rated very high the first time around because he was so new and the line, it was so exciting in 2013. Oh, yeah, Josh got, oh, sorry, I turned that off. I got Dak in the Snowspeeder too. I got that one. I quite like that.
With Luke.
Luke did not come with the Snowspeeder, only Dak. So you had to buy Luke separately because he was an Empire. I think he was on an Empire card, to be honest. He might have been in a regular box. I don't remember. No, he was a regular. He was in a wedge box.
Okay.
So phase 3 wedge box. Yes. Oh yes. Rex is the winner by far. Luke is good though. Yeah. Luke is good, but Rex is just, it's hard not to pick Rex. I mean, if you put another hero and Rex, like, no matter who it is, like you put Luke Skywalker, and people are still going, yeah, but that Rex, I don't know. And even in 2025, like I look at that figure now on the shelf, and I love it. We didn't talk about it very much, but like, you know what Hank said, all the hash marks on the box,
the little ticks of how many
they're on the helmet and on the armor. Nice. Like they are painted on there, so like all that detailing is there.
Is perfect detail.
He might even be like, I can't say it definitively, but like you talk high watermark for portrait of all of the Tamura Morrison likenesses that have come out, he might be like the Rex might be at the top of the Tamura Morrisons. Like maybe even better than the Gaming Greats Django, which is a much better look of the first time we saw him. What Josh is saying there? Power of the Force 2 Snowspeeder did not come with a driver. I had to buy them separately. That's true. But I mean, 3 3/4 is meant for the world building and they can do vehicles and stuff like that. Yeah. It's so tough in 1/12 scale. Yeah. 2 Rebel Guards in there at first. Well, that's a good substitute.
Yeah, they fly along as well.
Before we say goodnight, as always, I just want to
look ahead a little
bit. Let's look ahead. Like I said, next week I am going to be away. It's Niagara Falls Comic-Con.
You're going to get some Star Wars on.
Yeah. Going to meet Warwick Davis.
Yeah.
So that means not Sunday, whatever the date is next Sunday. I should take a look at that. Next Sunday. Oh dear.
It will be June 1st, apparently.
We are so it'll be the first. So the next episode of Back in Black series is going to be Sunday, June the 8th.
Yeah.
And on that note, where's my? There we go.
There you go.
Lost my screen for a second. I'm like, where are we? There it is. I would like to give you guys an advance notice or advance sneak peek at what we're going to cover in 2 weeks, which means our voting post will be up for 2 weeks. So lots of time to get your votes in, tell your friends, get their votes in. And then on Sunday, that following Sunday, we'll go over who the winner is.
Yeah. One vote per person per platform.
Yeah. So. 1 per person per platform. All of the social media platforms are right there, minus Twitch, because we can't do text posts on Twitch. But yeah, you can catch us everywhere. Like I said, it's going to be a bit of a heavy one because there's a large multi-pack. There's a couple of multi-packs. And yes, there are some figures that we've already taken a look at, but there's also a lot of new to look at. So we're going to be looking at the Walgreens exclusive Force Spirit Obi-Wan, a figure that I cannot stand.
Force Ghost?
I can't stand them. Translucent figures. Blah. We're going to look at Clone Commander Gree. This is the Revenge of the Sith version of that figure.
Okay.
We're going to look at, like I said, another Rey Jedi training. This one, the crate exclusive with a terrain piece. We're going to take a look at the First Order Officer and Admiral Akbar 2-pack from Toys R Us. Also the AT-ACT driver. We're going to look at the Luke Skywalker Jedi Master Octo version, which is the one that Hank was going to show tonight. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's the Octo one. Also going to take a look at the, what are we looking here? First Order Stormtrooper Executioner. The Star Wars 40th Anniversary R5D4. That one was exclusive to GameStop. Supreme Leader Snoke. Oh, I missed one in the list.
Oh, it looks like a TIE pilot.
This is the, did I put them in here?
No,
I did not. This one is the Star Wars Battlefront 2 Inferno Squadron Agent.
Okay.
I'll update the slide before I put it up on our socials to reflect that, because that is an option. Supreme Leader Snoke with the rest of the throne. The Guardians of Evil 4-pack, which includes a Senate Guard, an Imperial Royal Guard, the first release of the Royal Guard, by the way. The Emperor's Shadow Guard, which takes back to the Force Unleashed video game, as well as one of the 3 Praetorian Guards. Was the only way you could get that one. And then we got another Praetorian Guard that we're going to look at, and the deluxe First Order Stormtrooper with gear. Amazon exclusive. And when I say gear, I mean because it's got all the gear.
Just looking at that, it looks like one of those
all the gear,
like the G.I. Joe ones that have come out, where it's just like your standard sniper or airborne guy.
Yeah,
a whole lot of stuff.
Here's all the stuff that you would ever need to be in any job that they could ever ask you to do. Yeah. But that's going to be it for next week. So once we sign off tonight, I will correct that slide and I will put it up on our social media, so you'll be able to see that, probably within the hour. And then you can go and have a look and vote on them. And then we'll be back to talk about all of them in 2 weeks. Next week, I am going to try. No guarantee. I don't know if I'll be able to get any live in, because from my phone, I won't be able to access. I might be able to access our live. If not, I can do it directly to YouTube. So I did that last year a couple of times. I might try that again this year.
It doesn't hurt.
If not, I will take some footage and I'll make that available later on after the show.
Nice.
All right, man. Is there anything you want to touch on before we say goodnight?
Nothing Star Wars related.
That's fine.
I can save it for Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's not that big. I just saw some movies.
Excellent. Are you catching up, or are you ahead of the game now?
No, I'm still catching up.
Okay. That being said, Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern time, it's Andy and myself. We're here at with Random Fandom. Oh my gosh, I got to catch up here. The comments are flooding in. It is a holiday tomorrow.
Yeah,
so it's time and a half.
Memorial
Good for
Day
you,
down
man.
there, yeah.
Good for you. Oh, great show, gentlemen. Excellent review. Look forward to the next wave. Oh, thanks very much. I wish the wave breakdown was a little more concise.
Consistent.
It's not bad when it's actual waves, because a wave is usually 6 figures and we can put those together. But it's like when the wave is like 6 figures, 4 of them are repacks.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do 2 waves. Yeah. So there's going to be a little bit of kerfufflery. This one is sort of convoluted. The one after this, I think I've got it planned out, because we've looked at 40th anniversary Luke, and now we're looking at the anniversary R5D4. The show after this, I think we'll just do the rest of the anniversary figures.
Okay.
But after that, I've got another round of exclusives to round out
the
2017. Yeah, because we still have like the Dewback and some other exclusives. And then we might be getting onto what, wave 13?
No, I think we're 11 or 12.
Oh, 11, 12?
Somewhere in there.
11, 12? Yeah. It's either 11, 12 or 13. We might have done 11, 12. Let me look at my notes.
I do believe it is 11, 12 that we have to do. I think the last one was...
Oh, you're right. It is 11, 12. 11, 12. That's our single release of the Royal Guard. Number 39, Lando Calrissian. Number 40, Qui-Gon Jinn. Number 41, the Tusken Raider. And that's where I've stopped. Oh, wave 12. Harrison Dula, and Darth Vader,
who is also in Wave 17.
Yeah. Who I wrote down as Data Vader.
That's when you start
Data Vader.
smashing.
Oh boy.
Data becomes Vader.
All right. And let's see. Josh.
He's already casting.
I vote Snoke for 5 sticks of dynamite. Oh yeah, man. You're gonna be making lots of videos at Joe Fest.
Coming up too, yeah.
Joe Fest, right after RonCon. I will not be attending, but I know a few people that are, and Josh, you're one of them. Pretty sure Adam and Zazel are going down to that. I think Gaz is going to be there.
I think so.
Our friend Ken from Toy Connections is coming down from Victoria, so there'll be no shortage of Canucks representing at Joe Fest this year in Augusta, Georgia.
Whatever you do, don't say you dislike the president.
Why?
Apparently some poor folks out in BC at the border were asked that question, and they received a 5-year ban for speaking ill.
Threat to national security.
I guess. I'm just trying to go to a toy show, man.
That's fine. All right. Oh, your son is going with you too.
Better.
That's cool to be able to share that with someone. My kids don't care about my stuff.
No. But like,
all right.
I could imagine in my childhood going to something like that, it would just be sensory overload. The amount of cool stuff you'd see.
Yeah. Excuse me. All right. On that note, everybody, I hope you guys had a great night. Oh, let me get rid of this because we don't need that anymore.
Yeah, we're back there.
There we are. Hi. All right. I hope you guys had a great time watching this. As good a time as we had putting it together and bringing it to you. There is way more to come. And I'm excited for what the rest of the year holds now that we're getting into nice weather. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, conventions, it's convention season. So a lot of that. Yeah. Oh, Anime North this weekend, by the way. That's another one, which I'm not going to. But my buddy in my D&D group is going. And he's going with a costume.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it a furry costume?
It's a Splatoon character that I don't know.
I know the name, but I'm not familiar with it.
It's like a giant manta ray.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. That's it for me, everybody. I hope you have a great week. It is Sunday night, so enjoy the rest of your week. For those of you who want to come back and talk general entertainment news, that's Random Fandom Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll be here. As always, whatever your thing is, and I know you got a thing. I got a few. Fan on, everybody. And remember, for Fandom Power, my name is Wes.
I'm Andy.
We will see you on the next one.
And on behalf of Hank.
Yes, and he off in doing the nothing is Hank.
Taking care of business.
That's right. Bye for now, everybody.